Ayan, open. Blood there? You wouldn't have nothing either, right?
Bahamas. It is time now to introduce your teams for tonight's contest. Let's start with the team from Puerto Rico. Number 11, Stephen Thompson Jr. Number 16, Alexander Apples. Number 20, Jordan Citron. Number 24, Giancarlo. Number 45, Alfonso Mora. Number 41, Arnaldo Toro. Number 44, Dan Young. Also, Isaiah Miguel, number 0. Number 2, Cyril Jesus. Number 8, DJ Number 48, Michigan, number 55, Steve Watson. The team is coached by Carlos Gonzalez and assisted by Nicholas Carmen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your home team, Team Bahamas! Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national trial Team Puerto.
Up it. Test. Mic check. Little room for error tonight. Good evening.
How team balance was scored. It's very difficult to be able to shoot that well consecutive game. Hey, but this is basketball. Anything can happen, especially when you're playing at home.
And for Puerto Rico, right now, their best bet, they're looking to play spoilers in this. They have 2 losses so far to Jamaica, 2 losses to Team Canada. We mentioned the 1 win against the Bahamas. So their role right now is to try to bolster some confidence in your program. Try to get back on winning track and recapture those glory days like you talked about in 2004 when they were pretty much at the top of the mountain in the Caribbean playing at the Olympic level.
Certainly, they can come out as well as a relaxed team. Nothing to lose. When you come out to a game like that where you're just playing, just to have fun, to compete, guys probably playing for roster spots moving forward, you tend to come out and play with a high level of energy as well too. So maybe that can work out in their favor where they're here to play. They understand their record right now, and guys pretty much playing for roster spots. So it may work out in their favor where guys are going to be playing even harder, wanting to impress their coaching staff. I know Romero, that big guy, has been a guy that's been playing for a long time. He's there, one of the team captains. So, you know, he's going to see what happens. The game is a beautiful game. It's played between the 4 lines. You can predict as much as you want, but the best team that comes out that plays on both sides of the court, defensively, offensively, the team that's more disciplined, the team that follows the game play, and the team that make the good situational plays when it counts most, it's the team that normally wins a basketball game.
Now, Friday night against Jamaica, I think it took a while for us to get to a packed house. It was closer to halftime before the stands were completely full. We're already there now, and this game is about 45 minutes earlier than Friday night. So you can tell the anticipation has been building across the country. Just anticipating this matchup, waiting to see this team hit the floor again. And right away, as we look at it, one change for the starting lineup in Team Bahamas. They went with Kentuan Smith getting the start instead of Sammy Hunter, who got the start in Game 1. The other 4 starters remain the same: Franco Miller Jr., Kai Jones, BJ Edgecombe, and Buddy Hield.
what's going to be important is a team that takes care of the basketball the most. A team that commits the least amount of turnovers. It's a team that's going to probably come up with the win.
Team Bahamas gets the opening tip into the hands of Miller, and here we go. Huge game for Team Bahamas. Looks to maintain that second spot in Group B. Miller tries to get it to Edgecombe, and right away foul. They're going to get De Jesus on the trip. Edgecombe trying to come off the screen.
Certainly looks like a half-court set that they wanted to get a first possession. DJ came off a curl, looking to catch the ball on top of the key and looking to make a play. So we'll see what happens right now. You know, in last game, there wasn't much set plays. They had to run. It was pretty much transition offense, getting stops. And so Buddy makes a crossover, drives to the basket, strong left-hand side. And that's how he started off the game last time as well, too.
And we talked about Buddy Hield's ability to get to the basket. He displayed that so frequently in game one, something, you know, he's the greatest shooter this country's ever had. So we're accustomed to him doing that, being proficient from beyond the arc. But showing his ability to get to the rim and finish with both hands through the contact of Romero. And you see his size, the biggest guy on the court, and he takes it into the post for Puerto Rico.
Romero's going to be a force to reckon with for Team Puerto Rico. He's a guy with a lot of experience, been playing for some time now. He's their force offensively, also defensively as well, too.
So that means foul trouble is going to be paramount for Team Bahamas. Kai Jones going against Romero one-on-one. Here's Miller coming off the screen, thought about three, takes it inside, few pump fakes, and a tough finish.
Certainly a tough basket by Franco Miller, a guy who's been excelling for Team Bahamas the past few years. He's taken on a leadership role, and he's been responding so far. Team Puerto Rico now has possession, looking to run their half-court offense. Makes the pass now to Romero again in the low post. Drop step, nice hook, no basket.
The jump hook is there. It looks as if Puerto Rico is going to slow the game down and try to establish Romero inside. Gets two good looks at it, just didn't quite finish with the jump hook. Edgecombe now for three. Missed his first four at game one against Jamaica. Makes his first tonight.
Edgecombe has been shooting at a high level, stemming back from Friday, and he continues with his first shot tonight. Nice jump shot. But Team Puerto Rico seems to want to respond, and they've been responding so far. It's important that it's a good jump shot by Freeman. It's important that Team Puerto Rico stays within the game and not allow Bahamas to take so much momentum and put this game out of reach early on.
Yeah, Enrique Freeman on the drive. Kai Jones misses jumper. Back the other way is Puerto Rico. Another midi, and the floater is good. So 3 shots in the paint for Puerto Rico. Trying to keep this crowd quiet. With every basket the Bahamas makes, they are looking to get going. But Puerto Rico has had the answer so far early on in this first quarter, and that's taking the ball inside.
7-6 score, 7 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter between Team Bahamas and Puerto Rico. Very important game for both teams right now. Bahamas has possession. VJ will inbound the ball. See what the Team Bahamas runs right here in the half court.
De Jesus and Thompson in the backcourt. Puerto Rico has that big front line anchored by Romero. Also Freeman and Pinheiro now. Defending heel, top of the key. Rejects a Jones screen. Finds Miller for 3. Off the mark, rebound goes to Freeman. Pinheiro has a lane to the basket. Takes it all the way and is just fouled.
Don't know what happened there, but there was poor transition defense from Team Bahamas. No one seemed to know, well, not no one, but they did not pick up the ball at half court, and it was pretty much a wide open lane, and Puerto Rico took advantage of it, got a hard foul, have an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws, and also put one of the team players, Bahamas, in foul situation.
As a coach, that's usually the kind of thing that sends you crazy, right? Because if there's one thing someone has to shout on the floor, it's stop ball.
That's we practice every day at all levels, finding the ball in transition, ensuring that someone stops the ball, allow the offensive player to make an extra pass, and that just didn't happen today. Also to mention, I see that Team Puerto Rico is in the man-to-man zone, man-to-man defense, something that they think would be beneficial in their favor. Last game on Friday, Kai Jones picked up 2 early fouls against him. Jamaica, let's see what happens right now.
So Pinheiro makes them both to give Puerto Rico their first lead of the game. Miller now directing traffic. Jones setting the screen, top of the key. Smith for 3. Team Bahamas getting going from the arc much earlier than they did in game 1. but De Jesus comes back quickly and answers for Puerto Rico.
Team Puerto Rico seems to have an answer every time the Bahamas makes a shot. They seem to quiet the crowd by answering and not allowing this game to get out of hand early. And that comes with a team that's been playing. These guys from Puerto Rico, the majority of these guys have been playing in local leagues. They understand big moments. They're not scared of big moments, and they know how important it is to be able to make shots and make adjustments when it's needed.
And they have confidence against this team, Bahamas, having defeated them in Puerto Rico. So, that gives you a mental edge when we've faced these guys before. Now, it's not the same guys, but we've faced this team before in this uniform, and we got to win against them.
Team Bahamas just made some substitutions. We got Dayton Albury that came into the game for Franco Miller Jr. and also Sammy Hunter that came into the game for Kentuan Smith.
As Thompson now on the drive, gets to step on Jones, rejected.
And that's something Kai Jones has done for a long time effectively. Against Team Jamaica, he had 4 blocks, I think 3 in the first half. He is a defensive anchor in the paint, and he showed that just now.
His recovery speed, so quick getting under the basket. Thompson had a step on him. Would have been a made basket against 9 out of 10 guys. Just so happens he ran into the 10th. Albury fouls De Jesus on the drive to the basket. Interesting matchup to watch here. You have Freeman and Hunter, who were teammates at Akron, playing in the MAC conference. So they know each other pretty well, and they're matched up against each other on the floor right now. We'll see what plays out there. Also a teammate of Garvin Clark, who played with Hunter at Akron for 2 seasons in the MAC.
Freeman seems to be a pretty good player as well, too. We have a point guard just made a free throw. It's a very aggressive point guard as well, too. Seems to want to attack the basket. Seems like a pretty good floor general thus far in the game.
Maybe the Achilles heel for Team Bahamas, because Thelwell was that for Jamaica, and he pretty much controlled that game on the offensive side for them much of the night, just like De Jesus is doing early on for Puerto Rico right now.
Puerto Rico seems to be in a man-to-man defense, full court, half court pressure on VJ Edgecombe. VJ turns the curve, looking to make an explosive play at the basket. Finishes with the left hand. That's 5 early points for VJ Edgecombe. He's coming off a 26-point performance against Team Jamaica on Friday.
There's nobody that's stopping that guy in transition at any level of basketball. So when you can get Edgecombe going downhill, good news for Team Bahamas. Defensively now, Freeman forces one up and rebounded by Heel.
This is when Team Bahamas is in their best in transition. VJ Edgecombe takes a deep 3. Basket is good.
2 for 2 from beyond the arc, picking up right where he left off Friday night.
Certainly this kid is a special kid in VJ Edgecombe. He's a guy that makes plays. What a finish.
Romero slams it down and gives Kai Jones a stare coming back the other way up the floor.
It seems as every time the Bahamas makes an explosive play, Puerto Rico responds right away, ensuring that they can continue the flow of the game. And that comes with veteran guys, coming with guys that's been playing for a long time. Scores 15, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. In the first quarter so far, Team Puerto Rico making a substitution.
We know the Bahamas pretty much has the offensive firepower to maintain this. The question will be, does Puerto Rico keep pace for this entire game? The Bahamas will get out and run. What we haven't seen is a lot of those stops on defense that turns into transition points on the offensive end. He checked with VJ, that one off the mark to the left. Freeman gets the board, brings it the other way for Puerto Rico.
And it's okay to take that shot, just to ensure that if you...
It's VJ Edgecombe. It's okay for him to take just about any shot. Baseline jumper is good from Pinheiro. Puerto Rico regains the lead.
This game is at a much better pace as far as the offensive flow for both teams. Nothing sporadic. Both teams having to use the clock. Buddy Hield with a deep 3. Defensive rebound by Jesus. Dayton Albury seems like a pretty good defender as well. He'll pick up full court.
Nice pass, Romero off the mark. Kai Jones bothered the shot. Puerto Rico can't get the second shot opportunity to go, and there's Jones again. When he's not blocking the shot, he's changing the shot. Team Bahamas off and running. Albury's 3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Pinheiro. Clavel inside to Romero, attacking Jones again, and he forces another miss.
Buddy Hield in transition on the right side of the floor, looking to penetrate, drive and kick, top of the key to Kai Jones, makes a pass, top of the key to Dayton, already 3-point shot again, basket, no good. Defensive rebound, Team Puerto Rico. Jesus now looking to slow down the tempo of the game. The tempo is pretty much picking up.
De Jesus again with his second three. Aubrey got 2 good looks at it, couldn't cash him in. De Jesus 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Exactly what Team Puerto Rico may have wanted, to come out efficient, making shots, not turn over the ball. They're getting second opportunities on the offensive end. And they're pretty much playing good brand of basketball.
Jones finds Hunter. His three from the corner is good. And hits it right in the face of his former teammate Freeman. Kai Jones, and now Freeman open in the corner. And they get it right back. Every time Team Bahamas scores, there's a defensive lap. Hield was down on the floor. As we head to time, Puerto Rico has had the answer. But the concern right now for this gym and for Team Bahamas, Buddy Hield appears to be sidelined. We'll wait to hear a word if it's severe or how severe it is. But as we look right now, Kai Jones finding Sammy Hunter for 3. But right on that play was where Hield went down. Team Bahamas didn't notice. Puerto Rico took advantage of a 5-on-4 opportunity and got an open 3 for Freeman.
And we can see Team Bahamas, the head coach, Buddy Hield is still on the floor. It appears as if it was a non-contact. I didn't see. I'm not sure if you saw we got hurt, but it seems to be his right foot. Shoes, and he took the shoes off briefly. Now is putting it back on. But it's good to see that he can walk on his own. That's a good sign. To know that he can actually walk. And this is part of basketball, part of sports. Injuries do happen. You try your best as an athlete to prepare yourself to be as strong as you can to ensure that you are prepared for something like this. But hopefully it's nothing major of a concern for Team Bahamas and Buddy being a player that is currently on the contract.
Hield seems to be moving around fine. Team Bahamas already down Eric Gordon. He is with the team on the sidelines, on the bench, but not available to go tonight. Did not play against Jamaica.
So Buddy Hield just recently walked in the back of the locker room. So we'll try and get an update for those viewers that are listening and watching to know exactly what transpired as far as an injury with Buddy Hield.
So Dominic Bridgewater will check in for Hield for Team Bahamas. Arnaldo Toro, number 41 in the game for Puerto Rico.
Franco Miller now with the ball, looking to call another half-court set for Team Bahamas. Keno Burrows coming to set a screen, left screen, rolls to the basket, makes the pass to VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe dancing a little bit. Fade away, basket, no good, rebound, defensive rebound, Puerto Rico. Jesus now looking to control the floor on the left side of the floor, looking to run a half-court set as well, too. Coming off the screen and roll. Mid-range.
And he has been on point all night. We're scoring at all 3 levels. We've seen him drive to the basket. We've seen him hit that floater 2 times. We've seen him hit a couple threes. Team Bahamas has to have an answer defensively for De Jesus. They have not this first quarter. Hunter on the drive. Looks for Burrows inside. Loses the handle. And the ball goes to Puerto Rico.
We talked about how important it is to value each possession. So far, Team Puerto Rico has been the team that's been valuing possessions, strategically using the clock, getting good shots, getting offensive rebounds, getting second chance opportunities. Compared right now where Team Bahamas seems a little out of sync. We're playing with a lot of energy, but has to do a better job by controlling the ball.
They go inside to Freeman, stripped by Smith. Poor foul there by Freeman. Seems to be a frustration foul. Coaching staff did not like that one bit. But that's where the Bahamas has to get back into defensively. They're down 7 points right now, but the effort has not been on both ends of the floor. Far too many turnovers, far too many easy baskets for Puerto Rico.
And to put things in perspective, this is a game that Team Bahamas has to win by 6+ points. And so they have to find a way to get back in the game, starting now. And that's a careless turnover just now by Franco Miller Jr.
And that is just a lapse in judgment that they cannot afford to have at this point. 9-point advantage for Puerto Rico here in the first quarter. Crowd here at Kendall Isaacs Gym is stunned, but Miller finds Smith inside. Puerto Rico brings it back the other way, stolen by Bridgewater. He finds Edgecombe in transition, and he is fouled. Defensively, this is where it has to happen. You see Miller and Bridgewater talking through the miscommunication, but they are the two in the second quarter against Jamaica that really gave this team a spark when they were struggling.
Certainly, two dynamic scoring guards that can make plays. Have been playing with each other. They're very familiar with each other from playing in high school days and now playing at this level, representing Team Bombers 2-4-2 at the senior national level. So Team Bombers has possession. VJ Edgecombe will inbound the ball, makes the pass to Keno Burrows. Franco Miller's coming off a curl. Passes to VJ Edgecombe. Point shot attempt. VJ.
His third three of the first quarter.
VJ has been a spark offensively for Team Bahamas. I believe has 11 points so far in the first quarter. Almost half of Team Bahamas' points. And he's been doing it now. Team Bahamas in a 3-2 defense. Different look for Team Bahamas. But Puerto Rico answers with a 3-point shot, I do believe.
They're going to call it a long-range two. Toe is on the line. That's Clavel with the J. Puerto Rico maintains a 6-point lead.
That was the first time we saw Team Bombs in the zone defense. Maybe try to slow down Puerto Rico and force them to take outside shot. Dominic Bridgewater, 3-point shot, basket no good. Defensive rebound, Puerto Rico.
And Thompson brings it the other way. Attacking Miller and gets it to go. And just like that, Puerto Rico stretches it back to an 8-point lead. Team Bahamas has to find some offense outside of Edgecombe. He tries another three, misses it. And they're going to get Miller on the push.
And that's the second foul, I do believe, on Franco Miller. Dayton Aubrey will come in the game right away. That's 2 fouls on the starting point guard for Team Bahamas. It was a quick shot. I do believe that VJ saw a 2-for-1 opportunity. It was kind of tight. He took a shot. And now Team Bahamas has to at least come out of this quarter getting a stop. Score 23 to 31, a 8-point lead. 8-point deficit for Team Bahamas, 8-point lead for Puerto Rico. Final possession. Final possession for Team Puerto Rico.
Not much difference between game and shot clock, nearly identical. So Puerto Rico will hold for the final shot. Thompson controls the top of the key. Goes around the Toro screen. Thompson's three is good.
And that's a tough shot by Thompson to end the first quarter.
We will head to a break. Puerto Rico in control after the first.
Hey, make them leave. We're taking it out to you. Oh, we can get 3-4 points easy. Come on. I start off. Watch there. Now, 1, 2. Watch that high low. So when you get the ball on the free throw, watch the guy on the corner. It's going to be open. Y'all don't see.
Balance. Dominic Bridgewater does give you that pass option as an explosive scorer. Again, Puerto Rico answers every single time the Bahamas makes a shot that could swing momentum or puts them in a driver's seat. Puerto Rico always seems to have an answer. Kai Jones makes the swing pass. Dominic Bridgewater in the corner again. This time in and out of the basket. Taking all with the offensive rebound. Kai Jones drives to the basket, looking to make a pass.
Dangerous skip pass, but it finds Bridgewater. Miscommunication with Aubrey. That one goes out of bounds. So Puerto Rico has had the balanced scoring effort when it hasn't been De Jesus, who's now on the bench. It's been Thompson carrying that offensive load. So they've been able to maintain that scoring that they had over the first quarter and the opening moments here in the second. Ball pounding Thompson, but he gets inside. Midi jumper off the mark. Rebound goes to Aldridge. Bridgewater looking to run. Finds Edgecombe. Bridgewater 3. Just rims out.
That shot probably would have walked with Jim just now. Puerto Rico now responds for another
Travel the other way.
That is unfortunate. Number 3-point shot for 14. Puerto Rico puts down Puerto Rico up by 13 points. Scores now 39-26.
Scoring by committee. Everyone in this Puerto Rico lineup is getting it done. Everyone's contributing offensively.
Some of the guy that scores for Puerto Rico has been averaging 14.9 points for his national team in the tournament so far. They don't get a good shot. His third missed 3-point shot for the team. Puerto Rico number again in transition. Expected a foul, did not get the foul. Kai Jones in the defensive rebound goes coast to coast, looking real step, looking to make a finish.
Aubrey inside. Jones forcing the issue, forcing the Puerto Rican defense to collapse. Found a trailing Aubrey. Right now, Team Bahamas looking. You see that look on the bench where they're telling each other, hey, we got to pick it up. We're lacking energy right now. We got to get going. And on the defensive end is where that has to happen. Forcing a turnover right there is BJ Edgecombe.
Certainly, Team Bahamas has to find a way to be more aggressive, more disciplined on the defensive end. Not necessarily getting steals or deflections, but just getting 20, maybe using 24 seconds, getting stops on a consistent base, 2, 3, and 4 consecutive stops. That puts Team Bahamas in a good position. Bahamas has a lot of guys that can score the basketball, high offensive players, and so it's important that they find ways to get consistent stops in order to put themselves back in this game against Team Puerto Rico. Well balanced, a good coach, a disciplined, and a veteran Team Bahamas team.
And right now, being out-rebounded, it's just one shot, and that's the end of the possession for Team Bahamas. Offensive rebound. Miller gets the tip, and the deficit is cut to 9.
Crowd now is getting involved for Team Bahamas. This is the loudest they've been since the tip-off. Team Bahamas is trying to get themselves back in this game. Got off to a slow start, but hey, it's a long game. Second quarter, 6 minutes 57 seconds now. But the message right now for Team Bahamas, I'm assuming from coach, is to get back on defense, get consecutive stops. The shots may not be falling right now offensively, but get stops. Going to put yourself back in the game. It's just a matter of time since Team Bahamas will start to make shots, but have to find ways to get stops.
But there's been breakdowns on the defensive end. Puerto Rico is finding a lot of open threes, whether that's on the offensive boards, whether it's just individual efforts from guys like Thompson, guys like De Jesus. Team Bahamas has to find a way, and you saw them try to go to the 2-3-2 zone just to give Puerto Rico a different look. Hasn't worked as yet, but they need those same active hands. They need that same activity on the defensive glass that they had Friday night that gave this team so much energy. We haven't seen the transition baskets. We haven't seen the alley-oop dunks. We haven't seen the trademarks of this team yet. So, like you said, there's still a lot of basketball that's left to be played, but the adjustments have to be made at this point before Puerto Rico can pull away with it.
And one part of winning basketball is also rebounding. Puerto Rico has been getting offensive rebounds, second and third chance opportunities. We saw 114 Bombers just now, but they have to find a way to re-rate themselves on the defensive end, collecting rebounds, getting second and third chance opportunities that result in more short opportunities. That gives you a winning basketball formula.
But right now, Buddy Hield is back on the bench, still has yet to return to the floor. Team Bahamas comes out with the same 5 prior to the timeout.
And we can see the defensive intensity has picked up for Team Bahamas. There we go. Full court defense looks like a jumbo situation.
And the turnover goes to Team Bahamas. You see Freeman trying to attack Hunter. That's a matchup of guys that know each other. You could tell that one had a little bit more behind it. Freeman trying to force the issue. Hunter wasn't going to let that happen. As we take a look at the replay there, they call it off Romero. And Dayton Aubrey brings it the other way for Team Bahamas.
Give credit to Dayton, who started that defensive intensity, picking up Team Puerto Rico point guard from full court, and that electrified his teammates.
Edgecombe gets the steps, but lost the handle. Aubrey now finds Edgecombe. Wide open 3. Count it.
DJ Edgecombe now has 14 points for Team Bahamas. The deficit has been now cut to 6. This short Team Bahamas in transition.
Edgecombe to Hunter. And that's what we talked about. That's what was missing. That was defense turning into offense. Puerto Rico now calls for time, and VJ calls for the Team Bahamas crowd. This gym is electric.
A 12-point lead now cut to just 4 points. And it all started with defensive energy. There we see DJ Edge coming in a 3-point shot again. Leads Team Bahamas with 14 points. He's been explosive on the offensive end for Team Bahamas.
You were absolutely right. It started with Dayton Aubrey bringing that full court pressure. VJ Edgecombe getting the turnover. And then Team Bahamas started to do the things that we noticed them doing before. That was their first dunk. We will be back after a quick break. Team Bahamas cuts the deficit to 4.
I'm playing physical. We gotta turn that
You look so down. Set up all cold and flu. Could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu. Daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale.
And we are back here at the Candlelight Gymnasium. Team Puerto Rico called probably the most timely timeout you could see on a basketball game. Team Bahamas was making that run. The roof was about to come off the Candlelight gym, and Puerto Rico had to slow things down. Let's see what is drawn up out of the timeout now. Team Bahamas picking up that defensive intensity, and it's resulted in them getting back into this game.
I think Jesus is back in the game now. A guy that seems so far can handle the basketball, handle pressure, big moments, and so he's back in the game. Let's see if he can get his team to be more under control.
And now ball handling will be at a premium. The Bahamas going full court, man to man. Chance of defense from the home crowd.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Bobble, his jumper is short, gets it right back, rims out. So Team Bahamas had 2 shots at the defensive rebound. Can't come up with the possession. Puerto Rico, 3rd shot opportunity.
Shot clock resets to 14-14 Puerto Rico. Jesus will inbound the ball for Puerto Rico. Looking to make the pass.
Romero has it up top. They haven't gone inside to the post since early in the first quarter. Count the basket and 1. Got the step on Jones. There was not much Kai could do about that.
Kai may be very athletic. Romero is a very strong player by his presence. He finishes. There goes the finish with the right hand, and he flexes his muscles. Timely shot for Team Puerto Rico as well, because the Bahamas was making a very good run, made a very good run. Romero was able to answer. Jones now will be defensive rebound and missed 2 shots.
Can't convert the 3-point play. This lead for Puerto Rico was once 12. Team Bahamas now has cut it to 6. And they get it into the hands of VJ Edgecombe. Usually good things happen. Three is off the mark. Rebound goes to Freeman.
Jesus down looking to make a call. Calling for a ball screen. Makes the pass to Freeman.
They are trying to go to Romero inside. He had Jones sealed. Jones with his second foul in as many trips up the floor. We mentioned Team Bahamas thin on the front court. Romero is tough to deal with. Have to be concerned at this point. 2 quick fouls for Kai Jones. And like that, Jones checks out of the ball game. Keno Burrows will check in. With a guy like Romero, it almost seems as if you have to defend him by committee. De Jesus, he puts up a three, and he continues his hard shooting from the first quarter.
Big basket for Team Puerto Rico from Jesus, who has been answering just about every time.
Burrows is fouled. Big shot from De Jesus to push that lead back to 9. And like we keep saying, every time the Bahamas seems to make a run, Puerto Rico has the answer right there. Staying composed among this home crowd, and they are getting it done. And it's led by that point guard.
Certainly, Keno Burrows now at the line for Team Bahamas will shoot 2 free throws. Keno is a guy that's been playing basketball at the senior level for so many years now and always has been consistent. And he continues with that by making his roster.
Yeah, thin in the front court, so Burrows is called on more than you would expect him to have to be, but he answered the call Friday night against Jamaica, and he's going to have to again. Kai Jones has 2 quick fouls. We mentioned that Romero is a focal point of this Puerto Rican offense, so the bigs will have their work cut out for them tonight.
Jesus now with possession for Team Puerto Rico seems to be calling a play. Free makes the pass to the right wing. Looking for high balls. Makes the pass to the top of the key.
Freeman's defended well. Pass gets through.
Team Bahamas is in a zone defense.
And Burrows deflects it. Miller gets it back to Burrows and slams it home.
Then again, that's a different look for Team Bahamas. They were in a zone defense, a 3-2 defense. It's the second time we've seen that for the night, and it resulted in a turnover and points.
And again, forcing a turnover. Burrows in transition. Loses the handle. Freeman picks it up. Puerto Rico avoided disaster there. The zone has worked in the last 2 possessions for Team Bahamas, giving Puerto Rico a different look. They go inside to Freeman, gets it to go with the lefty. Miller now brings it across the timeline for Team Bahamas. Edgecombe comes off the Burrows screen. Cut off by 3 Puerto Rican defenders. Miller gets to step inside. Burrows loses the handle again, gets it to Edgecombe.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Team Bahamas may have to take a quick shot.
Floater off the mark from Burrows. Rebound goes to Freeman. Romero wide open inside. Transition defense again for Team Bahamas. Something that was lacking. Romero, straight line run to the rim. Nobody could get between him and the basket right there.
Yeah, certainly a tough cover for Team Bahamas. A guy with size and skills, and he runs the floor very well, which makes it difficult to be guarded. And Romero is on the line again. He's been a force for Team Puerto Rico. He's made his presence felt early on in the game, and he continues to do so later in the second quarter.
Romero headed to the line, shooting 2, has 6. Good on the first. De Jesus leading Puerto Rico with 15. Freeman has 7. Ethan Thompson with 9 off the bench.
Second shot, no good. VJ Edgecombe with the rebound. Franco Miller now bringing the ball up the court. Looks to be calling a half-court set for Team Bahamas. We see Keno Burrows with a high screen and roll. Franco drives to the basket, finds Keno, makes the pass, blocked, rejected. Team Puerto Rico in transition with Merlo.
And that's him getting it done on both ends. On the defensive end, he started a break, ran the floor well, just like we mentioned on possession before, and earns another trip to the line.
I've been impressed with Romero to be able to get a defensive block on one end and sprint down the floor and beat everybody else down. It shows that he's a guy that's in good shape. He has a good motor, and no wonder why he's a focal point for Team Puerto Rico.
And that's what you ask of the big man, right? Straight rim to rim runner. Gets positioned early and earns another trip to the line. This is third trip to the line. Just 1 for 3 from there.
Antoine Smith now enters the game for Team Bahamas for Sammy Hunter, who picked up his second foul, I do believe.
Arrow again, it's been a struggle at the line. Otherwise, this lead would have been pushed back to double digits for Puerto Rico. So Kai Jones is going to have to defend without fouling. They're going to have to go to him. He's playing with 2 fouls. The Bahamas has a lot of stretch fours. Sammy Hunter, Antoine Smith, but not much traditional 5s. Kai Jones will have to play that role and will have to be on the floor for extended minutes.
Second free throw, no good. Franco with the outlet.
Bridgewater inside, lefty layup is good. And off a miss, Team Bahamas off and running.
Lead now cut down to 6 points. Dominic Bridgewater with 5 points so far for Team Bahamas. He was a guy that was in double figures last game. Turnover in transition. Michael Miller has the ball, looks to shoot the 3-ball. Basket, no good. Offensive rebound, DJ. Dominic Bridgewater, 3-point shot, no good, but grabs the offensive rebound, and now was fouled by Romero.
And Romero had Edgecombe sealed. That play started on the break. Edgecombe was just able to get around him and get that deflection. Team Bahamas' second, third shot opportunity is no good off the 3. There we get a look at that last fast break. Miller to Bridgewater. That's where Team Bahamas is at their best. That's where they're strongest, but they haven't had much opportunities to do that tonight.
And now timeout is being called. With 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It has been not such a frantic-paced game, but both teams have been playing in a half-court set, execute their plays for the most part. Not much transition baskets outside the last 3-4 Team Bahamas, but it's been a competitive game. I'm pretty sure the fans are enjoying this one. They would prefer for Team Bahamas to be up, but this is good brand of basketball. This is international basketball. This is the national teams where the best athletes from various countries represent themselves, and they're putting on a really good game right now for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers.
I don't know how much the Bahamian fans are enjoying this right now. I think we have 3,000 very nervous and anxious people in this gym right now. Enjoying is a bit of a stretch.
It's a good brand of basketball. You know, on Friday, the way Team Bahamas was able to pull off an impressive win was something you don't see often, and basketball fans have to understand that that was an explosive performance by Team Bahamas. That's not something that you would see often in international play. But this is a good game for basketball lovers, the guys that understand the breakdowns, the X's and O's of basketball. And theirs is a good display of that brand of basketball.
So Team Bahamas still shorthanded without Buddy Hield. DJ Edgecombe, your leading scorer. The half-court offensive sets. Puerto Rico has been much better in the half-court. We still haven't seen efficiency from Team Bahamas on this side of the floor outside of BJ Edgecombe.
Inbound play. Franco Miller has possession. Kai Jones sets a ball, screens, rolls, and gets it back. Fumbles the ball a little bit, but still has possession. Franco drives on top of the key. Makes
what a move by Miller.
Definitely a hesitation, next level move from a really poised guard who's been playing at a high level and knows how to play and make the right plays, especially time when the team needs it. Bahamas continues to stay in the 3-2 zone defense, and although
they haven't found a way to get Kai Jones going on the offensive end yet, that's DeJus again, misses the 3.
DJ now in transition, his strength, and the NBA guys know all about that.
Yeah, they had their eyes on Kai Jones looking for the lob, but you can't lose sight of BJ Edgecombe the rest of the ball.
And this is the closest our Team Bahamas has been since early on in the game. Filling now only by 2 points, but Team Puerto Rico has the answer. That is Pinero.
Thompson has been a killer for Puerto Rico so far. 10 points for him off the 12 points for him, off the bench. And Twice is proud with that 3. Bridgewater draws the foul, and he will go to the line. Not much trips to the free throw line for Team Bahamas. Bridgewater will be just the second Bahamian player to go to the line. But when it hasn't been De Jesus, it's been Thompson for Puerto Rico. You see VJ Edgecombe finishing there in transition, expecting the foul. Doesn't get it, but he does have 16 points.
First free shot, good for Dominic Bridgewater. Cuts the lead, the deficit now to 4 points with 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Bridgewater, 6 points off the bench, good on both free throws. Back to a 3-point deficit. Thompson controlling against Edgecombe. Pinheiro gets a step and tips it in himself. Without Jones at the 5 spot, Team Bahamas small on the boards with Hunter and Smith. Here's Bridgewater on the drive. Into traffic, no good.
Team Puerto Rico now in transition. Make the pass.
And Bridgewater nearly steals it, but that gives De Jesus the advantage. Out the basket for Toro. He has a chance for a 3-point play. We'll see how long Coach McLean can go with Ty Jones on the bench. Right now, the Bahamas losing that advantage on the boards. When it hasn't been Toro, it's been Pinheiro. Puerto Rico's rebounding by committee. Team Bahamas will have to do the same. So both Burrows and Jones on the bench for the first time.
Score is now 54-47. Toro now at the free throw line. Looking to complete a 3-point play. 37 seconds remaining in the game. In the first half, that is. Let's see if Team Bahamas looks for a 2-for-1 with 30 seconds left.
Brief run from Puerto Rico here. Team Bahamas trying to answer Miller. Nearly has a strip. Gets it to Smith for 3. Just rims out. So the threes that were falling Friday night, rimming out tonight, and Puerto Rico looking to take a 10-point lead into the half.
Obviously looking for the last shot of the half. Being very patient. Pick and roll. 5 seconds remaining. And I believe that foul puts Team Puerto Rico on the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken.
Bridgewater fouls Flavel. With 2 seconds left in the half, Flavel will go to the line, shooting 2. Jones will check back in now for the last 2 seconds.
We'll be sure to get an update as well to start the third quarter as of what would have happened to Buddy Hield, and if we expect to see him back in the game. I'm pretty sure that's a concern for the fans that are watching this game.
That was good on the first.
Second shot, good. It's now back to 10 points, 2 seconds remaining. VJ launches the ball almost.
And that will do it for the first half. Home crowd stunned. Puerto Rico takes a 10-point lead into the break. We'll be back right after this.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set up all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Cetamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by
Welcome back to the Kendall Isaac Gymnasium FIBA America's World Cup qualifiers. Team Bahamas versus Team Puerto Rico. Right now, Puerto Rico into hostile territory with a 10-point lead at the half, and it's been efficiency on the offensive end that's been getting it done for this team. Jesril De Jesus leading the way with 15 points. He's 5 for 8 from the field, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Ethan Thompson also with 12, Ishmael Romero with 7, and also Enrique Freeman with 7 for Puerto Rico. It's been a balanced scoring effort. At least 4 guys in the lineup with 7 or more points. On the other end, for Team Bahamas, it's been all VJ Edgecombe. He has 16, but no member of Team Bahamas with more than 5. That's Samuel Hunter and Kentwan Smith, both with 5 points. Apologies, Dominic Bridgewater has 7 off the bench. But the balanced scoring effort from Puerto Rico, just too much so far for Team Bahamas. They have to pick it up defensively.
One thing that stood out for me is rebounding. That wins basketball game. And we saw that Puerto Rico had a total of 24 rebounds in the game compared to 17-14 Bahamas. That gave Puerto Rico second chance opportunity. They got 38 shot attempts, which was right where they wanted to be. And so they turned over the ball just 7 times compared to the Bahamas' 5 turnovers. But the team that has more opportunities, more offensive rebounds, second chance opportunity, it does 2 things. It gives you a chance to score again, and it shows that you're more hungry, so to speak, on the defensive end, on offensive end, and that you want to get multiple shot attempts. And that's something I'm pretty sure Team Bahamas and their coaching staff are addressing right now in the locker room. Not giving up second and third chance opportunities.
And the status of Buddy Hield, that has to be the glaring thing right now that's talked about in the locker room for Team Bahamas. What happens if he can't go? One thing that will have to change, you have to get Kai Jones involved offensively. Just 1 shot attempt and only 5 boards. We will head to the break right now, and we will be back.
He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! Georges Alexander, little hezzy, steps back, short corner to the other side as he falls out of bounds. He gets it to go. Living up to the hype early here.
Baseline drive, oh nice play, and the finish! And Joaquin Rodriguez loves that play, and so does everybody, pretty much everybody here.
There's a lob and another thunderous alley-oop. Lindo, what a start to the game for him.
Bahamas defense just killing the players now. Here we go again, and one more time. Are you kidding me? 3rd pick in the first round of the NBA draft. And it is indeed the 76er himself, VJ Edgecombe. His head coach not giving up at the moment. Coach Richard Dunn, another alley-oop, and one more time, KJ. Straight off the bench and fresh bunnies.
Guarded by James. Feliz around James. Feliz inside. Bingo! Joel Soriano. United States up by 2. Near side, into the corner. Craig for the lead. An incredible shot hit there by Torrey Craig in the corner, giving the United States a 1-point lead.
Penetrate, kick, Campazzo, extra pass. Nice crossover, and always moving without the ball, Brasino. Good defense from Roque, getting right in the passing lane. Angola! Oh my goodness, he has just taken off and crushed a right-hand dunk, and he loves it. Can they get a good look? Can they space the floor? Herrera to win it. He's made the shot. This is unreal. Chile just doing amazing things here down the stretch. They were gone. It looked as though their World Cup dreams were in tatters.
How many times are we going to say this? Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Pro attack to close out. Deep Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Welcome back to the Candlelight Gymnasium here in Nassau, Bahamas. World Cup qualifiers, America's region, window 3. Team Bahamas trailing Puerto Rico by 10, 57-47. And Team Puerto Rico has looked dominant on the road, and a lot of that has to do with that guard play. It's been Jezreel De Jesus with 15, Ethan Thompson with 12. The big man Romero has 7, along with Enrique Freeman also with 7. For Team Bahamas, BJ Edgecombe has picked up where he left off Friday night when he had 26 against Team Jamaica, had 16 in the first half, but it's been a struggle behind him offensively for Team Bahamas. Dominic Bridgewater, second leading scorer with 7. No other member of Team Bahamas with more than 6, and that's Franco Miller Jr., both Sammy Hunter and Kentuan Smith with 5. How does Team Bahamas turn it around in the second half and overcome this 10-point deficit?
Well, they did it in the second quarter, the start of the second quarter, where they started to pick up full court man-to-man, turning the guys around, ensuring that Team Puerto Rico was not comfortable in the half-court set. And that has to be the start of the third quarter as well. One glaring statistic is Team Bahamas has took more three-point attempts than two-point attempts. Team Bahamas 7 for 22 from the three-point line, shooting their 31%, while shooting 11 from 18 from in the paint, inside of the 3-point line, which is 61%, which is a higher percentage shot. And so Team Bahamas has to find a way to get in the paint, be more aggressive, try to get to the free throw line, and not settle so much for the 3-point shot. Outside of VJ Edgecombe, you got Dominic Bridgewater has made 1 3-point attempt. You have Kentuan has made 1, and also Sammy has made 1. But Team Bahamas has to find a way to be more aggressive on the defensive end that can create transition baskets. That's something that we saw them do against Team Jamaica. And they have to settle down on offenses as well, taking some untimely shots, I would say, grabbing some offensive rebounds, trying to force the issue. I know that they did not expect to be trailing at this point, but this is a long game. We have 20 minutes remaining, 2 10-minute quarters. You can't hit a home run in a game of basketball. You have to gradually, in 2-minute intervals, find yourself back in the game by getting consecutive stops, that is, and finding yourself back by creating avenues so that you can give yourself a legitimate chance to get back in this game. It's a 10-point lead in this day and era of basketball now. A 10-point lead can go in 2 or 3 minutes, but it has to be a committee effort collectively by all 5 players on the court.
And right now, it feels like the Bahamas is on the other side of the spectrum where they were on Friday. They were so efficient from 3, shooting 51%. But tonight, just 31% from 3. But on the other hand, Puerto Rico has been lighting it up, shooting 63%, 7 for 11 from beyond the arc. And you think to yourself, in the second half, they're going to regress toward the mean. But that doesn't just happen. You have to do something defensively to force them to regress towards the mean. And that's where I think the Bahamas has to hone in on. And like you mentioned, that half-court offense, when we look at the stat sheet, we see so many threes match up against a lack of twos. That's the fact that they aren't efficient in the half-court offense, and they have to find a way to get other guys going other than VJ Edgecombe. And that's Kai Jones. You can't have a guy with his talent level taking just one shot attempt in the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nalo. And I'm watching Team Bahamas shoot around right now. We don't see a Buddy Hield back on the court, which means someone has to step up. I don't know who that guy is going to be, but from what I've been seeing, I see Dayton Aubrey as someone that has to get increased minutes, especially how he defends the basketball. Dominic Bridgewater maybe is another guy that has to step up. But Team Bahamas has to find a way to get themselves back in this game. It's a long game. They have to be able to play with the right play with intensity, play with patience, play with poise. But another thing they have to do as well too is get in their suits. That's a guy that they need to figure out how are they going to disrupt his offensive flow, because he seems to be in control of the basketball game, and he's been making plays, back-to-back plays, consecutive plays, and showing that Team Puerto Rico is in a good position.
In the first matchup against Puerto Rico, Franco Miller had 19. We know this is a guy that can score offensively. This is a guy that has to lead, and he may be the person that you look to fill that void if Buddy is not able to go back on the floor. He's been in big spots before. He had a 30-point game against Jamaica. So Franco Miller is going to have to be one of those guys. And if it's not just one person, then you got to get it done by committee. Each member of this team is going to have to step up. We have to recapture that feel-good feeling that they had when everyone was sharing the ball across the floor Friday night. You got to recapture that. A lot of that started on the defensive end, and we keep saying it because that's where basketball games are won. It's cliche, but it's true.
Very true, very true. And once the third quarter starts, we'll see exactly what Team Bahamas does. We do know when they went into the zone defense, they was able to get multiple stops. I'm not sure if that's something they want to continue to do and see what happens, but it's good to give Team Puerto Rico different looks. One guy, they haven't been shooting the ball. Well, they have made their three-point shots, but let's see if that continues in the second half. I know Team Bahamas certainly has been talking about that in the halftime in the locker room, so let's see what happens.
And in the first matchup against Puerto Rico, when we look back in the earlier window, Kai Jones had 19 and 9. The Bahamas lost that game 71-66, but Jones was efficient, 19 and 9. Isaiah Mobley, who's not with the team in this window, he had 11 and 8. So that game was pretty much led by the bigs. Not the case tonight. Franco Miller also had 19 in that game, but they had problems against Romero then. They're having problems with Romero now. Even though he just has 7 points, he's had such an impact on this game, both ends of the floor. As we mentioned, no sight of Buddy Hield warming up at the end of the first half. So Team Bahamas going to go out with Kai Jones and Sammy Hunter in the front court. Dayton Aubrey looks like he's about to get the start in the second half for Team Bahamas. And of course, he'll have VJ Edgecombe to complete that starting five. So as we head into the second half, Team Bahamas looking to recapture the energy from this crowd. Right now, they're dominant. Right now, it's a whole lot of nervous energy, and Puerto Rico feeling very confident. The first matchup went a bit like this. Puerto Rico had the advantage early, and they were able to maintain and withstand a late charge from Team Bahamas. Let's see if it plays out the same way, or if the Bahamas can completely come back here at home. So again, it's Miller, Aubrey, Jones, Edgecombe, and Hunter, the 5 for Team Bahamas. Romero, Freeman, De Jesus, Thompson, and Pinheiro for Puerto Rico.
We spoke about who will step up, and Dayton is that guy that got his start for the second half.
Bahamas gets the first possession. Miller controls. He had 7 in the first half. Comes around the screen, defended by Romero. Looking at the step on the big man. Good footwork. Fadeaway jumper is good. So Franco Miller is going to have to be more offensive minded. He is going to have to be one of the catalysts for Team Bahamas on that end of the floor. And I think they brought in Dayton Alder to try to cut De Jesus' water off. You need somebody to do that.
He's done a pretty good job compared to the other defenders.
And again, Romero inside drawing the foul. That will be 3 on Jones. And not just drawing the foul, but earning the trip to the line.
Romero's made his presence the entire game. He's a guy that's strong, very skilled. You can see the shot in the replay with Franco Miller with a fadeaway in the paint. As he understands his role has to increase now for Team Bahamas with Buddy not being available in the second half as of now.
They called that foul on Albury, so that's his third. Fortunately for Jones, not picking up the foul there. Romero again, and fortunately for Team Bahamas, on that end, Romero has not been efficient at the free throw line.
BJ Edgecombe now has the basketball on top of him. Comes off double screen, makes the pass now to Dayton in the left corner. Pass now intercepted, turnover by Team Bahamas. Something that they don't need at this moment.
And you can tell from that Puerto Rico defense, the talking point in halftime is they are determined not to let BJ Edgecombe be the one that beats them. So Team Bahamas is going to have to find other ways on the offensive end of the floor. Right now,
pass now to Romero. He makes a shuffle pass now, deflected and turned over. Franco Miller now with possessions. Look for a basket. This is what Dayton has to put back. Dayton is a guy that can play at a high level as well to the lot of energy.
Recent New Mexico grad, played in the NCAA tournament this year. Thompson for 3. Ethan Thompson again.
Top 3-point shot. Also was going to get a foul, but did not get the call. But he made the shot. Ethan has 15 points for Puerto Rico, shooting 3 or 4 from the 3-point line, 75%. Franco Miller now has possession. Looks to answer. Hesitation move, dribble between the legs, and he crossover basket, looking to attack, fade away, shot, basket, no good, air ball. Shot clock did not reset, and BJ Edgecombe in and out. He continues to stay hot, Ronaldo.
Edgecombe gets one to roll home. But can they stop Thompson on this end of the floor?
Freeman now with a 3-point shot, basket no good. Kai Jones above the rim with the defensive rebound. Looks like a jump ball. Possession will stay with Team Puerto Rico.
And Thompson tying it up, keeping the possession on this end for Puerto Rico. He's a guy that is going to look to score, like we mentioned, 7 points per game this season with the Pacers. NBA level talent all over the floor in this game.
As a replay with BJ Edgecombe with the in and out. Bubble 3-point shot continues to stay hard for Team Bahamas, leading all scorers now in this game. Thompson again.
Great pass inside to find De Jesus, and it's been those two guys. Even when the Bahamas defends well, Puerto Rico still finds a way.
Lead back up to 10 double digits. BJ Edgecombe.
Foul drawn on Thompson, trying to hedge. Edgecombe looked like he was going to pull up for 3, went to that hesitation dribble. Thompson was caught in no man's land, picks up a foul. Second foul on Thompson.
For those that's just joining the broadcast, Team Bahamas trails 54-64. Had an early lead in the first quarter, but never could regain the lead. It's been all Team Puerto Rico going up as many as 12 points in the second quarter. Now up 10 points right now. Franco Miller gets the basket. Now that you said, Franco Miller has to be the guy that's going to step up offensively in the absence of Buddy Hield and as an offensive threat for Team Bahamas.
His footwork for a guard is amazing. When he gets inside to that short corner or even in the post, he's always going with an up and under move. He's finding a way to get his shot off, and that's his sweet spot. And that's Romero's sweet spot. Anywhere in the paint.
The two-man game for Romero and Jesus has been working for them really, really well. And there goes another turnover for Team Bahamas. Unforced turnover, really. Team Bahamas needed that.
Trying to force the issue. Jones had Romero beat down court. But like you mentioned, an unforced error again for Team Bahamas. And Puerto Rico is maintaining this 10-point lead.
6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jesus makes the pass to Romero. Romero looks down in the post. Fadeaway basket, no good.
Puerto Rico's front line has mismatches all over the floor when they look for it. Team Bahamas very small right now. Miller attacks inside. No foul call. He's got to get up. Puerto Rico is racing the other way. 4-on-5 advantage. Now 3-on-5 after Aubrey gambles for the steal. Poked away, but right into the hands of Romero.
Timeout call by Team Bahamas. After frantic 2 possessions, BJ Edgecombe seems to be
a 12-point Puerto Rico lead. Team Bahamas had some moments, had defensive lapses, but also had some plays where an opportunity could possibly arise, but that's the kind of thing that happened. Great wraparound strip from Miller, goes right into the hands of Romero. That's just the way the ball is bouncing tonight for Puerto Rico.
I think the Bahamas after this timeout has to do a better job playing under control. We'll see what happens coming out of this timeout.
We'll be back right after a quick commercial break. Team Bahamas searching for answers.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Welcome back to the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Team Puerto Rico leading the Bahamas 68-56. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. And we saw, as we got a look into the Team Bahamas huddle, Buddy Hield is in street clothes. He is done for the night. So Team Bahamas will have to get it done if they are to come back without their captain, without the best shooter this country's ever seen.
Yeah, certainly. And I'm pretty sure the guys they talked about it in the locker room. Guys have to step up. That's a part of basketball. If 5 guys don't win a game, it's a collective group, 12-man roster, coaches, and guys have to make adjustments.
Edgecombe now looking for Hunter inside. They get it back to Edgecombe.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock going. Now they're doubling Edgecombe off the screen and rolls, making it very difficult for him. He's tossed up a shot, air ball, of course. Thompson now on the right wing, looks to make a pass. Edgecombe wraps him around.
And they are going to blitz VJ off those screens every single time. They are going to force him to give the ball up.
They're going to have to make some adjustments in that case. When you're going to blitz VJ, you have 4 guys going to be open. Compared to 3 defensive players, there has to be some swinging the basketball, making the right play at the right time, ensuring that they can get at least an open look on offense.
That's foul number 2 on Edgecombe. Puerto Rico inbound. And Edgecombe now draws the foul on Puerto Rico. Game getting a little chippy right now. Team Bahamas will have to regain composure. That plays into the favor of Puerto Rico. Right now, you have to say that they are the team with the depth. Team Bahamas already shorthanded up front, and then you lose Buddy Hield. Not just a leader on the court, but an emotion leader as well.
Dominic Bridgewater now makes a pass to Franco Miller, calls a ball screen, passes to Sammy Hunter on top of Keith. Bridgewater with a deep 3.
Just off the mark.
Possession goes Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is not playing like a team that's 1-4 in this group. You got to wonder where this was. They have to be thinking, if you're a Puerto Rico fan, where was this during the rest of the cycle with Pinheiro with a mid-range jumper, and they continue to pour it on.
Under control. Franco now with a 3-point shot. Fairly quick shot. Foul on Kai Jones. We talked about it, Ronaldo. You don't need a home run right now. There's ways you can get back into the game. I get that they're playing with a lot of excitement. The gym is getting crowded. But Team Bahamas has to find a way to slow the ball down, get good quality shots in order to give themselves a chance.
And you need Jones so much on the defensive end in terms of rebounding purposes. That is not the kind of foul that you want to see him pick up. A loose ball foul off a missed shot. A play where he didn't have an opportunity to get an offensive rebound.
Team Bahamas now back in his zone defense. Missed shot. Well, VJ Edgecombe with a defensive rebound in transition, looking to make a pass. Might be an offensive foul.
Edgecombe called for the offensive foul after he gave it up, and Thompson was reading that all the way. He was setting up for that once he saw Edgecombe in transition.
Now Team Bombers making a substitution. Kentuan Smith enters the game for Sammy Hunter. Also, Team Puerto Rico Romero gets a breather. Coming to the game for Romero is Stephen Thompson Jr.
So both the Thompsons De Jesus now controlling top of the key, gets it to Freeman.
Team Bombers continue to stay in a 3-2 defense with Tino Burrows on the ball, makes the extra pass.
And De Jesus will get 3 shots at the line.
Looks like the ref is calling it on the floor. He shot the ball, but while the ball was in the air, that's when the foul would have happened, which means that the ball would be on the floor and not 3 shots.
Yeah, he's going to the line. They're signaling it was a 2 rather than a 3.
Perhaps the bonus. He's in the bonus, 5 fouls, which constitutes the free throws anyhow.
So De Jesus makes his first. And for a team looking to come back, being in the bonus at this point, Puerto Rico can just find ways to chip away and continue to build at this lead. Team Bahamas has to do the same. But Puerto Rico got there by attacking. We haven't seen much of that outside of Miller on the first few possessions. Burrows inside, layup is no good. Puerto Rico brings it back the other way.
Suits now with possession of the basketball, looks to drive, uses control. DJ Edgecombe with possession.
Edgecombe with the steal, and Thompson
to take foul at half court. The basket doesn't count. The Bahamas now trails by 16 points in a very important and critical game that they must win by 6 points.
The Team Bahamas can still get through because of the margin of victory that they had against Jamaica. So all is not lost. But to have this game at home, you know how much it means, not just to the program, but to this crowd to be able to win both of these. It makes it that much tougher in the next round if you have to continue playing from further down in the group. Burrows against Freeman, probing inside, tipped away by Toro. Smith,
basket no good. Defensive rebound by Pinero, pushes the ball in transition, looks to make it in and out, brings it back out wisely, looking to set up play, has a mismatch in the post.
Freeman against Miller. No good, and there's Burrows with the board. Freeman and Miller tangled up.
DJ Edgecombe makes the pass to Franco Miller. Pass to Dominic Bridgewater in the deep corner. We've seen that a lot on Friday. That's a big basket for Team Bahamas. Dominic Bridgewater finally gets another shot in the second half. He has 10 points for Team Bahamas, shooting 2 for 7 from the 3-point line in this particular game.
He's not going to be shy about shooting it. We know that much. And you might need a guy like that if you're going to come down from a 13-point deficit. Approaching the end of the third. Pinheiro, 3.
What a big basket for Puerto Rico. Pinheiro, that's a shot that we were hoping, the Team Bomb was hoping that Puerto Rico would not make it momentum.
They can't get a hold of it because Puerto Rico continues to fight back. Former Mountain West Player of the Year.
Bridgewater again with the step back. It's good. Bridgewater is turning the heat on. He's stepping up for the Bahamas. Something that he can do. He can score at all levels, and he's doing that right now.
But what happens on the other end now? This is the part where they can get that. But what happens on the other end when Puerto Rico gets it? Puerto Rico's had the answer every time. De Jesus now looks for the mismatch against Bridgewater.
4 seconds on the shot clock, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Has to be a quick shot, and that's a foul on DJ Edgecombe, and that puts Team Puerto Rico on the line again as they are in the bonus. 2 shots for Puerto Rico.
And that's his 3rd foul. That's 4 on Edgecombe. And getting into it, and Edgecombe is teed up. So Edgecombe losing composure now. He is whistled for a technical foul. Team Bahamas already without Buddy Hield. And with it picking up a technical foul, that means VJ is done for the night. With Team Bahamas trailing by 13, as the star of this team, you cannot lose your composure and be eliminated from this game at this point.
Certainly not something that Team Bahamas anticipated. VJ Edgecombe picks up 2 fouls. Picks up another technical foul, seems to be.
And Edgecombe headed to the locker room.
So that's going to be 4 free throws for Puerto Rico to close out the third quarter.
Certainly not what this crowd expected. Certainly not what Team Bahamas expected. Unraveling now, down 13. You've lost Buddy Hield to injury. Now you've lost VJ Edgecombe to foul trouble and technical fouls. Where does this team turn? 13-point deficit. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Team Bahamas has to really dig down and ask themselves, we have to go there and represent our country. We have to do with dignity and with pride and respect as well too. We have the talent, no doubt. Guys have to step up. Guys like Franco Miller, I do believe, will come out more aggressive for the last 12 minutes of this game. Dominic Bridgewater has certainly shown signs that he can make shots. Garvin now enters the game. I think he hasn't played as yet. We have Keno, we have Kai on the court right now. There has to be some level of seniority, seniorship. A guy with a veteran presence got to step up right now. 14 Bahamas. The game is not lost. I'm not saying that. I've seen a lot of basketball games where teams trail in the fourth quarter. The game is still in reach. It's a 15-point game, possibly a 16-point game. But the Bahamas has to regroup. It starts with the coaches. They ensure that these guys are playing with country pride and can gradually get themselves back in the game. I've seen it done before. There's no reason why we can't do it again.
Garvin Clark checks into the game now for Team Bahamas, seeing his first action. For the first time, going with trying to get a bit more size up in the front court. Kai Jones and Keno Burrows playing together for the first time all the game, but that is because we're so undersized in the backcourt. Dominic Bridgewater, Franco Miller, and Garvin Clark. So playing 3-point guards along with Jones and Burrows. And for a team that was already searching for answers all night, Franco Miller tries to get to the rim. And that's what it's going to have to be, like you said, Jay. It's going to have to be one play at a time.
And he understands the moment as well, too. What we saw for the first time was Team Puerto Rico in the zone defense, a 3-2 zone defense as well, too. And Franco was able to recognize that there was a weak spot there on the strong side, was able to make a drive to the basket, puts himself on the line to get 2 shots, and hopefully cut down on the sleep going into the fourth quarter. I think the message is cut it down to at least maybe 10, 12 points going into the fourth quarter. That's a 3-4 possession game. Which can be done, cut down easily. But Team Bahamas has to stay poised. They have to be able to find some type of composure right now. And that starts with guys, the leaders. I think it comes from Franco Miller. It comes from a guy like Kai Jones as well, too. Two of the guys look up to as far as NBA talent. And it's one play at a time, Ronaldo. It's one play at a time. There's about 11 minutes and 50 seconds in this game. That's a lot of time. But the players has to understand that it's going to take some time. It's going to getting stops on defensive end while making shots on offensive end.
It's been a frustrating night, to say the least. It's been a frustrating night. You come in with high expectations after Friday night. Then you lose Buddy Hield to injury very early on. Puerto Rico was playing well. You have to give them credit because they have made this a frustrating night for the Bahamas. It wasn't just happening in a vacuum. Puerto Rico has been doing that, but you lose Buddy to injury. Puerto Rico has been shooting it well all night long. They've been rebounding all night long. Then you have the implosion from VJ Edgecombe.
We talked about it. We talked about it at the beginning of the game when Puerto Rico had nothing to really lose and they were playing freely. And this is the result of it.
They know they're not going to the second round, but we said it at the top of the broadcast. They have an opportunity to come in and play spoiler, and it is exactly what they are trying to do.
1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Team Bahamas now has possession. There you see, that was a turnover, unforced slip turnover. But Dominic Bridgewater now inbound the ball to Garvin. Team Bombers looking to cut down that lead. It would be good to get the lead down to at least 10 points or even less going into the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens. Franco Miller with the possession of the basketball. Pass to Garvin. It's a pass to Kai Jones. Back to Franco Miller looking for a high screen ball and roll. Two guys.
They finally find Jones on that pick and roll, but he gives it up. And Bridgewater draws the foul. Will they call it on the ground or will they call it shooting? So crafty at drawing those fouls when he takes a shot.
Whether it's on the ground shooting, they're in the shooting position.
Actions in the stands getting in the way of what's happening on the court right now. Everyone losing composure in the crowd, on the floor. But Team Bahamas has to keep it going now. It's still a 15-point ball game, 1:24 left to play. Dominic Bridgewater will be going to the free throw line as soon as action returns to play on the floor. Not anything that anyone wants to see. The energy that was on the floor now spilling over into the stands. As soon as we get play back underway, Team Bahamas looking to chip away at this lead. And it's becoming nervous energy time, Jay. It's a 15-point lead headed into the fourth quarter. You like to see that trim to single digits.
I think this is a free opportunity, a free timeout now also for Team Bahamas as well to take advantage of ensuring that they are regrouped, that they are focused on the mission, that they are focused on the objective ahead. Team Bombers did not anticipate being in this position, but that's part of basketball. These things happen where you trail sometimes, you can find yourself back in the game. But again, we talked about just about leadership steps and key guys like a Franco Miller, like a Kai Jones, like a Kenton Smith, like a Sammy Hunter. These guys that have been like a Dominic Bridgewater. He's fairly young, but he's played a lot of professional games at the FIBA level, so he understands what it takes to get back in the game. I do believe Team Bombs has what it takes. I'm looking at the huddle right now where Buddy Hield is in the huddle, talking to the guys, showing leadership, and asking guys to step up because this is a very critical game for Team Bombs. I'm looking at the replay right now. It looks like it's a foul. Clavel was able to commit the foul on Dominic Bridgewater. The referees are determining whether it's a shooting foul. Regardless who be shooting free throws, not sure if it's 3 or 2 free throws, because Team Bombs is in the penalty, is in the bonus for the rest of the quarter.
And you mentioned the leadership. Even though Buddy's been out of the game since early in the first quarter, he is still trying to be that leader. He is imploring this team not to give up and asking them to continue to fight, to continue to stay engaged in the game and not fall prey to everything else that's going on around them.
And the referees are making a determination now on whether it's two free throws or 3 free throws. We have some interruptions in the stands as well too. And so we're waiting for that to be cleared up before the game can resume in the third quarter, 1 minute and 24 seconds remaining. Score 64-79 in favor of Team Puerto Rico, leading by 15 points. Both teams are in the bonus. Will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the quarter. The recent foul was on 24 Cavell for Team Puerto Rico. And so far, for those that are just tuning in, it's been an unexpected game for Team Bahamas. Buddy Hield, second quarter, I do believe, had an injury, has not returned to the game. And of course, VJ Edgecombe picked up 2 technical fouls, picked up a personal foul and a technical foul, which disqualified him from the game, and picked up a second technical foul while going to the locker room. And so Team Bahamas is without their 2-star NBA players to resume the game. But there has to be guys that's going to step up, I do believe, for Team Bahamas. But credit to Puerto Rico. When Puerto Rico has came in with a game plan, they understood the assignment. They came out. They was aggressive from the start of the game, and they continue to do that.
And we cannot say that enough. As much as we talk about the mistakes made by Team Bahamas, you can't say that without mentioning the fact that Puerto Rico deserves credit for the way they've played in this game. They had every reason to just give up and lay down and just be done with this round of qualification. But Puerto Rico came out intending to do exactly what they did right here. It seems as if they had a game plan coming into this. It did not matter who was on the floor for Team Bahamas. Puerto Rico's going to execute. And I think the confidence from the win in that earlier window was very important into what they were going to do tonight.
And I started off with that point guard Jesus, who came and controlled the game from start. He was continuing to show dominance in this game, and he was able to hold it down for the team. Also with that big man, was able to strategize as well to get enough stops on defense and also score on offense.
Looking at the early third quarter highlights here, Team Bahamas started off well. It was Miller inside, but then Thompson, as he has done so much tonight, making big shots. You see that three, there was the last shot from VJ Edgecombe before he eventually got ejected in the game, but Romero inside, and the balanced scoring effort from Puerto Rico has been the undoing of Team Bahamas. So we finally get everything cleared, everything sorted. We will get back to play on the floor. The people that actually want to watch basketball are still going to watch basketball, and Dominic Bridgewater is at the line. This is the first. And Edgecombe makes a second. Team Bahamas is going to have to chip away at the line to get back into this game. 65-49. De Jesus controlling for Puerto Rico, looking inside. For Toro, they find Plummer. Three. And it's been there all night for Puerto Rico. Plummer with a three. Puerto Rico continues to find open shots. This crowd is stunned in more ways than one.
Dominic Bridgewater with the handles, looking to get to the basket. High slips, basket no good. Defensive rebound. Jesus now looking to call a play for Team Puerto Rico.
But look at the difference in those two possessions. Puerto Rico worked the ball around and found Plummer coming off a screen for an open three. Bridgewater went one-on-one and pulled up for a step-back three.
Puerto Rico wisely using the clock as well. 4 seconds on the clock, makes a strong drive. Basket no good. Defense, offensive rebound, looking to hold perhaps not the last possession.
Clark. Bridgewater on the run.
Off the goes. What a play. Maybe that's the play that get Team Bahamas going. Bridgewater with the lob to Kai Jones with the thunderous finish. Puerto Rico now with a 3-point shot. What a backbreaker. After an explosive play that could have got the team right back in the game.
And it's been like that since the first quarter. Every time Team Bahamas makes a play, Puerto Rico has an answer. They are shooting, well, the way we saw Team Bahamas shoot on Friday, and that Jones' first basket of the game. But right back with Puerto Rico coming the other way. 2 threes on their last 2 possessions. And we head to the break. When we get back, Team Bahamas, lots of work to do.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
We are back here at the Kennedy Logic Gymnasium. An intense game between Team Puerto Rico and Team Bahamas. Puerto Rico on the road getting it done. A shocker to, I think, a shocker to everyone in this group. A shocker to this region when you looked at this matchup on paper, given that the roster coming in that Team Bahamas had for this window. But here they are on the road, ahead by 18 headed into the fourth quarter. And not just that, Team Bahamas down their 2 best players.
Certainly a shock, especially the way Team Bahamas played at their last game on Friday. Just dominating Team Jamaica in low fashion, coming into this game with high hopes, really, with a lot of energy, really motivated to play a good round of basketball. And we've not seen that from Team Bahamas. They've played in spurts, but it has been Team Puerto Rico that's been so poised. They look like they're the more poised team so far, playing within good rhythm, getting good quality shots, playing with control. Freaking one of those guys, Jesus has been very, very spectacular for Team Puerto Rico as well as their big man. And so the fourth quarter is about to start with Keno Boros for Team Bahamas, Franco Miller Jr., also Dominic Bridgewater. Kai Jones remains in the game, and Dayton Aubrey at 5 for Team Bahamas.
And the size difference for Team Bahamas has been glaring on the boards. When Romero's not been in the game, Toro's been on the boards. Freeman has been huge on the boards for Puerto Rico, and he's a former MAC Defensive Player of the Year, so he's a guy that can play high-level basketball. So just looking at the eye test right now, you can see Puerto Rico is the bigger team, the more physical team on the floor, and that has played out.
First possession for Team Bahamas. Fadeaway jump shot by Kai Jones. No good defensive rebound by Jamaica.
There's Toro on the boards again. Puerto Rico out-rebounding Team Bahamas 31-23.
And that's a big part of the game. Rebounding. Rebounding is not a sexy statistic, but that's winning basketball. The team that rebounds the most gives themselves a chance.
A 7-footer definitely would have helped. Dayton Albury controlling for Team Bahamas.
Franco Miller now has the ball. Ball screen from Kai Jones. Franco with a deep screen. The basket is good. What a big shot by Franco Miller Jr. That's been an explosive offensive play for Team Bahamas thus far in the tournament.
They are continuing to fight. The question is, can they get stops on this end of the floor? Time is of premium. We're under 9 minutes now, and Puerto Rico will definitely be looking to milk the
seconds
clock.
on the shot clock. Deep three by Puerto Rico. We've been saying it all night. Ronaldo, when Bahamas makes a good shot that gets them back in the game, Team Puerto Rico seems to answer at the right time.
And that is just a back-breaking kind of shot. This crowd hasn't had an opportunity to go 2 plays and actually get things going before Puerto Rico makes another one. Plummer shot that one from nearly the logo.
Which is a low percentage shot. Kai Jones had a dunk on the other end. Scores again from a miss shot from Franco Miller. And now Dominic Bridgewater picks up a foul.
But it's at the point right now where Team Bahamas makes a great play, and you almost expect Puerto Rico to have the answer on the very next possession.
Substitution for Bahamas now. Team Bahamas can't enters the game now. And for Team Puerto Rico, their big guy, number 20, that is Ishmael Romero, enters the game as well too. Scores now 72-88. Bahamas trails by 16 points. Puerto Rico has possession of the ball right now with 8 minutes left.
Romero and Thompson back into the game along with Pinheiro. He's a guy that can make baskets, former Big West Player of the Year. They go inside to Romero, gets position on Jones, and that's been there for him all night. Kai Jones is just not strong enough to stop him from getting position. Romero is getting to his spot, and when he gets there, there's not much that can be done.
You know, at this point, I wonder if it's best if they can possibly front Romero. I haven't seen that happen as yet. Allow the guard to make the pass over the top and see what happens there. Or stick in his own defense. But definitely Romero has had the advantage for the most part in the man-to-man coverage, and he's been effective.
Probably wouldn't have the advantage against a 7-footer.
I wonder who that 7-footer may be.
If there was more. Team Bahamas down 72-90. Less than 8 minutes left to play. Romero goes back to the line. He struggled from the line, but it hasn't made much of a difference.
Now 18-point lead for Puerto Rico, 19-point lead with 7 minutes and 59 seconds. But there is still time for Team Bahamas. Franco Miller now has possession of the ball. He's been the bright spot, him and them, Dominic Bridgewater for Team Bahamas on the offensive end. Puerto Rico seems to be in its zone defense.
Bridgewater gets to the basket. Bridgewater gets to the line.
Something that he does very well. Very crafty on offense. Plays with different speeds. He can score from the outside as well as get to the paint. Be able to create havoc in the paint. And now he earns a trip to the free throw line. Looking to cut the deficit now to 17.
Bridgewater has 13. Had 23 off the bench in game 1. So I don't think most people expected him to be one of the top scorers given the talent level that was on this roster, but he's a guy that's going to come in there and he's going to put up shots.
He's a wild card. You know, he's a wild card. He's a guy that can definitely play at this level. He's proven that since he graduated from high school at Anatole Road, one of the first guys in high school, and has been very effective. He's cut the lead down now to 17 points for Team Bahamas. Still looking to get back in the game. Dayton will be applying ball pressure. Kent Vaughn sits down on defense. Team Puerto Rico looking to make the entry pass once again. Kick ball. I think the shot clock was set to 14 now, with 7 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the quarter.
I think the Bahamas had to make their run while Romero was on the bench, because now all Puerto Rico is going to do is to look to control the game going through him, and that's a much slower pace. That's a much slower game, and that is not what you want when you're the trailing team. That's the kind of pace you play at when you're up. So Puerto Rico is likely to do that, but Team Bahamas has to speed the game up. But that cannot happen if they're just going inside to Romero.
What a tough shot. With a step back mid-range jump shot to put Puerto Rico back up by 19 points. Kale makes a pass to Kenton Smith for a 3-point shot. Basket no good. Defensive rebound by Plummer once again. And Team Puerto Rico looking to use the clock every possession, milking the clock. Trying to use 24 Thompson to the drive. Looks like a foul. No foul call. Makes the pass to the short corner.
Plummer has made his last 4 to widen this margin for Puerto Rico. He's made some big shots too. That's taken the air out of this gym.
Thompson with a missed shot. Defensive rebound. Franco Miller Jr. looks to push it in transition.
And Clavel with the steal in the backcourt. And that's blocked by Aubrey.
Dominic Bridgewater pulls up for the 3-point shot. Basket no good. Defensive rebound. Puerto Rico.
Pinheiro pulls it down. And Puerto Rico looking to slow it down. What a defensive effort by Aubrey. That's a guard getting up to get a block shot like that.
Certainly a good. Looking for the mismatch against Franco Miller. Puts it in the post. Jump shot no good. Peyton Aubrey defensive rebound. Looks to push in transition. This time around, foul is called. Gian Cavell, who's also the team captain for Puerto Rico. Timeout.
6 minutes now in the lead. Still hovering around 20. Team Bahamas now pressed for time. At this point, as a coach, down in this position, what is the message that you say to this team in the huddle right now? It's been a night of disappointments. It's been a night of frustration, but you have to finish this game strong because it's so much more than just this final 6 minutes right here.
Certainly, there's 6 minutes left in the quarter. My message would be the first 2 minutes. Let's try and cut the lead down. Let's try and go on a 6-0 run or an 8-0 run, if possible, or an 8-2 run, just to put ourselves back in the game. Because the game is far from over, but the Bahamas has a difficult task now by controlling defensive end. Team Puerto Rico is now going to try and milk the clock for 24 seconds as best they can. Bahamas has to now apply ball pressure and sometimes blitz guys. Try to get them to create a forced turnover and see how we can execute on the offensive end. Every possession right now is very much valuable. When you're on offense, you need to get a good quality shot. If you don't get a good quality shot, ensure that you go on defensive end and ensure that they don't get a shot. And so that's going to be the name of the game right now. It's very little time, trailing by 19 points. A lot of time is left, but it has to be very critical right now. Every possession, Ronaldo, every possession.
We have to be real with the people, Jay. There's not a lot of time left. It's 6 minutes left. We're down by 21 points. That is not a lot of time left in a basketball game, especially against a team that's playing the way that Puerto Rico is playing. I think Team Bahamas lost this game emotionally tonight. There was an emotional lull once Buddy Hield got injured, and obviously they lost composure once BJ Edgecombe.
There's a big basket now cut down to 16 points. I'm telling you, Ronaldo, we've seen things happen in basketball where teams can get back in the game very easily.
Jay, that was just the Knicks.
Defensive rebound, Dominic Bridgewater. Let's see what happens.
Bridgewater draws the foul. And he will head back to the line.
If Bridgewater can make these 2 free throws now, that puts the Bahamas down by 14 points. And we've seen stranger things happen. I've seen stranger things happen. So
again, that was just the Knicks. 77-93, under 6 minutes left to play. But you do want this team to finish strong, not just for the fact that it's a representation of Bahamas basketball, but for a guy like Mikhail McLean in his first opportunity to be the head coach of this team. I think it's easy in a game when you're blowing out a team by 30, 40, 50 points, but this is pretty much the true measure of what this team is going to look like when they're placed in a position like this.
first time handling adversity as well too. His coaching staff as well too, being in his position. Now Team Puerto Rico calls for a timeout. The regroup is a 14-point lead. It was just a 19-point lead with in less than 30 seconds. They was able to score 5 points.
And this is not going to show up on the stat sheet, but Puerto Rico is so good at calling timeouts. Anytime the Bahamas has 2 consecutive plays back-to-back, 2 positive plays, they're not even allowing that momentum to build. They're calling that timeout right away. We're going to talk this through.
Certainly, and if it's not a timeout, they find a way to respond on the court as well by making big plays. And it's been big suits for the most part, and it also has been the big guys. But so look at the offensive stats. Offensive rebound team, Bahamas has 7 compared to 10 for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has been the more aggressive team, getting second chance and third chance opportunities, which results in winning basketball.
In the second half, Plummer has been absolutely amazing. He's made deep threes late in the shot clock. He's hit jumpers from the short corner. It's been an attack by committee, and that's kind of what we expected to see from Team Bahamas once Heel went down, and that's what they would need to stay in this game. But Puerto Rico has found a different guy to do it every few minutes. It started with De Jesus, and then Thompson got into it. Romero's been the steadying force the entire game, and now in the second half, it's Plummer. So Puerto Rico's depth has certainly been one of the deciding factors in this game, and it's the reason why they're in control.
Certainly so, I could agree. And let's see what happens now at 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the final quarter. There's 14 bombs: Franco Miller, Kai Jones, Sammy Hunter, Dayton Aubrey, and of course Dominic Bridgewater. For Puerto Rico, we have Pinero. Jesus looking at making a double, looking to get a pass, looking to get a steal.
Tipped away by Dayton Aubrey. His on-ball defense is elite,
top tier,
outstanding.
Top tier. Certainly, he's shown that he's one of the better defenders, if not the best defender, from the eye seen watching the past 2 games. And so Puerto Rico now has possessions, make the passes the ball to Pinero. Pinero looking to hit Plummer off the curl. Romero sets the ball screen. Plummer.
Inside they go to Romero.
We talked about it. Puerto Rico finds a way to respond most of the time. Franco Miller now with a missed shot, a quick shot that is as well to Romero with the handles, looking to go coast to coast, and finishes for Puerto Rico to lead back up to 18 points after.
And Romero really can just do it all. He just took the ball coast to coast after scoring on the previous possession.
Franco Miller now, let's hit a shot as well to put the team Bahamas down by 15 again.
He had position again. Kai Jones just happened to tip that one away. Bridgewater and these guards continuing to fight. Great defense by Kai Jones. Able to tip that one away from Romero.
It's a 15-point game. Bahamas has possession. They were looking for I think the refs may want to looking to review this call to see if there was a possibly outside of a basic foul call, which Dominic Bridgewater is lobbying for, wanting to get some free throws and possession in the basketball. We'll see what happens.
4:40 left. Coming back is so tough when you have to contend with a guy like Romero. I mean, and he's putting his stamp on this fourth quarter because I don't think we have a player right now that can stop him from getting the position in the paint that he wants. And that is just doing damage to Team Bahamas' defense every possession.
He's had his way the entire game. The very first possession, we saw Romero made his presence felt with his size and his athleticism as well too, and his strength. We've had no answer for Romero so far. But Team Bahamas, for those that are just joining in, it's been an unexpected game for the Bahamas so far. After a very impressive win against Team Jamaica, Bahamas, there was not much in this game for the most part. The first quarter, they battled, but since trailed by as many as 18 points, 19 points at one point. But Buddy Hield, for those that are just watching, had an injury early on in the second quarter, did not return to the game. He's on the bench for Team Bahamas and street throws. And then in the third quarter, the BJ Edgecombe, who's been explosive for the Bahamas so far, received a technical foul, was able to assess his fifth personal foul, which was then disqualified from the game and picked up another technical foul and was then sent to the locker room as well too. So Team Bahamas has been fighting the entire time. The coach getting his guys ready to fight. They've been showing some sorts of fight. Been making some runs. They've been scoring, but every time there's a basket by Team Bahamas, Team Puerto Rico either seems to answer with a timely basket themselves, which results in a 15-point lead right now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this game.
Puerto Rico has 3 players with at least 7 boards. The Bahamas, their leading rebounder is your backup point guard, Dayton Albury, with 7. I think that kind of tells you the story of this game without pretty much watching anything else.
Yeah, the size has certainly been something for Team Puerto Rico. They've taken advantage of their size and got more possessions by grabbing as much rebounds as they can. Bahamas has been, we've been small ball for the most part in the second half. We continue to fight. Dayton Albury been rebounding the basketball at a high clip. Let's see what happens in the next 4 minutes and 40 seconds. But there has to be some kind of fight for Team Bahamas. I mean, we came out here and watched a really good basketball game, and it's, just to be frank, it's not been that far so far.
It's a small ball team. The way they won last game is the way they're going to have to win. You have Kai Jones and Keno Burrows at the 5. And Kai Jones is not built like Ishmael Romero is. Keno Burrows is really a 4. So Team Bahamas has been playing small this entire time. That's a team that has to win shooting jumpers. That's a team that has to get out and run. Puerto Rico has neutralized all of that defensively tonight. They have guys that can defend, big guys that can defend on the wing, like Freeman, like Pinheiro, like we've seen Romero on the wing as well, defending the guard. So their ability to switch has been something that I don't think Team Bahamas was ready for, or something that they didn't have the game plan to be able to contend with.
Certainly so. And credit Team Puerto Rico. They've made big shots when they need to make big shots. They've responded when they need to respond. The coaching staff has called timely timeouts.
So good at timeouts.
And this is why they're there in the game right now. And we'll see what happens with the call with the referees. We'll see what's going to be determined, whether it's a clear part foul.
So Bridgewater goes to the line.
Scores now 97-82. Team Bahamas trails by 15 points.
Miller, your leading scorer for the Bahamas with 21. Bridgewater puts that one in. He now has 19. What a window it's been for Dominic Bridgewater as he heads back to France. Got some good film to put down. Might be looking to move up a level.
Certainly so.
Or 2.
Now a 13-point game. Kai Jones makes the pass now to Dominic Bridgewater. Looks a law pass. The turnover wasn't out there. Team Puerto Rico down transition. Makes the pass.
And there's Albury again. It's a foul, but you gotta love that hard to get back in transition and not just give up the easy dunk.
So Albury has been playing. He's got us playing very hard on both ends of the court. Freeman to the line for Puerto Rico makes the first shot. Scores now 84-98. 14-point lead. Freeman now looks to capitalize in the second shot. Second shot's good.
Freeman now with 9 points, 7 boards. One of those guys from Puerto Rico that can just do just about everything on the floor.
Franco Miller now makes the pass. Dominic Bridgewater.
I think Thompson got a piece of that 3. There's Albury with the board. Back to Bridgewater. On the drive and puts it in. And steals the inbound. Bridgewater again. Finds Miller. Squeeze off the mark.
Defensive rebound. Jim probably would have exploded on that one as well too. Team Puerto Rico now has possession. Slowly using the clock at its suits. Using 24 seconds off the clock. Makes a pass, makes his suits. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles to the corner. 3-point shot. Basket is good. What a shot by Jesus. A timely shot when Team Bahamas was just all over him in the deep corner.
Over the outstretched arms of Kai Jones, and he stared Jones down as he stepped over him. What a shot by De Jesus, and that's been their MO all night. At this point, I don't even know if we could still be surprised at it anymore. From the corner, fading away.
In slow motion. And now Kai Jones at the line, 14 Bahamas. Score of 86-102. Looking to cut that lead down to 14 points. First free shot, it's no good.
And after scoring 123 the night before, Team Bahamas gives up 100 points here tonight against Puerto Rico.
Be prepared for a full court press if Kai Jones makes his free throw from Team Bahamas, and there we see it now. Man to man, there goes the pressure.
You got to be a coach. That was a good call.
You're down, but you're down by so much. You have to be able to get back in the game by creating ball pressure. Puerto Rico now looking to use the clock. Jesus now just hit a shot over Kai Jones. Let's see what happens this time around. Drive to the basket with a floater off the right leg, off balance. Kai Jones with the defensive rebound.
And they have so many mismatches. They had Freeman pinned. He pinned Bridgewater down in the post and just couldn't get the ball to him. Jones now looking to get the step. Drives, floats.
Looking at that. It's a 15-point lead with 2:45. The crowd is getting antsy. Dayton continues to apply ball pressure on Freeman. Freeman passes the ball now to the big guy Romero. Looking to use clock wisely by Team Puerto Rico. Romero with a spin move is fouled. Basket will not count, but certainly 2 shots for Team Puerto Rico as they attempt to close this game out.
And you see he settled that play down. You see the Bahamas trying to work at this frenetic pace. Their guards attacking, trying to have active hands. And Romero just calmed that entire play down, told De Jesus, hey, just work around the screen. Let's go back to the pick and roll. They cannot stop me when I'm rolling to the basket. And here he is getting another trip to the free throw line.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Scores now 87-102. 15-point lead for Team Puerto Rico. It continues to stay at 15 points. Certainly, Ronaldo, what a surprise. And that's sports. You have to go there and play and compete. While you may have anticipation, while you may be favored, the game is played between the lines.
The biggest cliche in sports is probably the most true one. This is why they play the game. Because on paper, you looked at it, you say the Bahamas this is a window where they have Buddy Hield, VJ Edgecombe, and Kai Jones. You just saw what happened to Jamaica, a Jamaican team, by the way, that beat Puerto Rico twice. And the Bahamas just absolutely destroyed them. And yet, Puerto Rico comes out here. Matchups also very important in basketball because now the Bahamas winless against Puerto Rico.
Certainly very important moving forward in this window as well, too. Puerto Rico has possession, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Looking to continue to use the clock. Freeman makes the pass to Tama with a deep three. And that's been the story for Puerto Rico all night. Shots that doesn't seem like a high percentage shot has been a high percentage shot for those guys all night.
And he did the Steph Curry night celebration. They have not been the same since Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl. And Puerto Rico right now looking to empty the bench as Thompson comes up with the steal.
Jesus has been just a pure point guard all night for his team. Baseline drive, missed shot, rebound, basket. Pushes Freeman now to 21.
Freeman with the follow, and I think just the energy from both teams as the Puerto Rican 5 heads to the bench with sighs of relief, some of them smiling. And now I think Puerto Rico can sense it. Their bench is active. You see the body language from Team Bahamas. Fans starting to head for the exits.
There's been some substitutions now for both teams. And Liano Rowe now enters against the team. Franco Miller looks to make a pass. Dominic Bridgewater to Liano in the corner. Liano takes a 3-point shot. Basket no good. Defensive rebound by Freeman, that is. Makes the pass now to Clavel. Clavel brings the ball up the court with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. Ball is in Thompson's hand right now. Coaches orchestrate the offense. Asking for space, high screen, all the way to the basket. Float Slow game for Thompson has been there as well too. Another point for Team Puerto Rico, which now pushes the lead now to more than 20 points. Franco Miller now takes a step back, 3-point shot, basket is good. He's been the right spot for Team Bahamas on the offensive end, but just not enough from a team standpoint. The lead is now 20 points.
Yeah, we said Franco had to step up in the second half, and he did just that. But the problem was on the defensive end. Team Bahamas gave up, as of now, 110 points. And you're probably not going to win that game, giving up that many points. Not against a team like Puerto Rico. Too balanced, too many players that have played high-level basketball. Whether these guys have played NCAA or not, they're pros. Plummer is definitely a pro, and he shoots like a pro.
What a game it has been for Team Puerto Rico. A game that not Bahamas was favored to win the game, but Puerto Rico responded like a professional team, like a national team, came out, was able to contribute, was able to execute. Plummer again with a 3-point shot, missed offensive rebound.
Alfonso Plummer, 5 for 5 from 3-point range. 19 points off the bench in 18 minutes. Puerto Rico comes to the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium and beats Team Bahamas 115 to 92. And now the Group B standings, they got some work to do.
Certainly got some work to do. It was a must-win game for Team Bahamas. Did not get the job done tonight. Puerto Rico came in and played the spoiler, like you would have mentioned. They was able to come out here and dominate the game. Honestly, just about from start to finish. Gained momentum early on, went up big, and Bahamas was able to bring it within 10 points at one point, 9 points I do believe, but Team Puerto Rico would respond every time, would get critical shots, critical baskets, timely timeouts. They made sure that they came out with a victory today. What a disappointing loss for Team Bahamas. We'll see what happens moving forward. But overall, the last two games have been games that you've seen. The Bahamian players came out. Today was unfortunate. Team Bahamas lost the two best players really that was not able to compete in the second half for the most part. Guys stepped up, but it wasn't enough to get the W.
Let's look at some of the numbers now. Jezreel De Jesus leading the way for Puerto Rico with 22 points and 5 assists. Ishmael Romero with 21 points and 6 boards.